What's going on, lead gen bees? Matty Ice here, Leads for Locals. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about how to generate leads using Facebook lead forms. It's been a while since I've done a video on Facebook ads, so I wanted to give you an update and just show you some of the campaigns that I'm running, the experience that I'm having. And make sure you stick to the end because I'm going to be going through some really important lessons when it comes to generating leads using Facebook ads, especially right now after iOS 14 and all this stuff. And Facebook is constantly updating and changing its interface and all the algorithm changes and things like that. So make sure you stick to the end. My only ask, guys, is that if you find the video helpful, please give it a like and make sure you subscribe. Check out the links in the description. I always have some really good stuff for you guys in there, additional lead generation training and things like that. All right, so let's dive into it. The first thing I want to do is show you kind of break down the results of the campaigns that I'm running right now. And then I'm going to go through the overall strategy, well, at least my strategy when generating leads on Facebook. I still really like using Facebook lead forms for lead generation because my only goal with Facebook ads 9 times out of 10 is to build the list, get them off of the platform or at least onto your email list and let the follow up and the funnel do the rest of the work. Very, very rarely do I ever create a campaign where we're trying to generate appointments and we're trying to, get these long forms filled out. I'm not saying that stuff doesn't work, but for me, what's always worked best for myself and my clients is we just ask for first name and email when using the Facebook lead forms, just getting them onto the actual list so that we can continue following up with them afterwards. All right. So that's what you're going to see right here. You'll see that. And just so you know, these campaigns, this is for real estate funding. So we're targeting real estate investors who might need funding to do their real estate deals. So if you're in the lending space, this is going to be a really good video for you. But either way, my strategy stays pretty much the same regardless of what industry I'm doing. All right. So you'll see here, I've got it set to maximum right now. This first campaign right here, and this is one of the important lessons that I really want to hit home with you guys. This first campaign, you can see right here, 432 leads at $4.36. That is really, really good, especially for a high ticket industry. And they have multiple pre-approvals right now that can lead to very, very significant commissions that are in the pipeline right now from this. So, this is just first name and email. And I'm going to show you the funnel that I use afterwards that makes this work really, really well. Because getting just a first name and email, it really depends on your industry, but it's not that exciting. It's not that great, right? You have to have a funnel in place as well. Like running just a Facebook lead form to get leads. If you don't have really good follow-up and a really good funnel on the back end, you're kind of wasting your money, right? So 432 leads on this one. Now, here's an important lesson, guys. $4.36 leads. That sounds really good, and it is. It did not start off this way. It actually started off like this right here. This is a new campaign that I just launched because we've been running this for a couple of months now, and we're just getting to the point where we're getting ad fatigue. We're not getting as many leads coming in every single day. So we just refresh the ads. So we create new ads, which I'll give you an example here in a second. But so this is like barely 2 days old, and we're at 6 leads. And $13.36. So obviously, a lot higher than the previous campaign, but that's also this is one of the lessons that I really want to hit home with you guys. You got to give your Facebook ads time to optimize. Okay, just because you're not hitting your lead goals or your lead numbers in the first couple of days does not mean your campaign is not working. You have to give it time. This campaign right here that generated $4.36 leads, it started off at like $18 per lead, and then once it optimized, it just took off, and it took a few days to do. But once it did, it was absolutely worth it. Now, here's another thing that I want to point out, and this is why looking at your numbers is really important, because I might actually have to redo this campaign because look at the CPM here. For some reason, it's almost 3 times, or it's like 2.5 times what it was, and I'm literally targeting the same exact audience. Why is that? I have no idea, guys. I cannot explain that to you. I do not know why. Maybe there's all of a sudden more advertising. There's more advertisers than there was when I was running it previously. I don't know. But when I see numbers like this, I tend to, I'm prepared to, usually what I'll do is I'll duplicate the ad set and then just kind of like refresh it. Okay. Sometimes that works. Sometimes it doesn't. I'm hesitant to do it though, because look at my numbers right here. 1.6% click-through rate. That is fantastic. I look for at least 1%. Anything above that, we're doing really, really good. So that lets me know that people are engaging with the ad. They're clicking on it. We've had 13 link clicks with 6 leads. That's just under a 50% conversion rate. That's right where I want it to be. So even though my lead costs are a little bit higher than what I want them to be right now, it doesn't matter because I know that over time, those numbers are going to start to come down. I'm really looking for the engagement. Am I getting people clicking on the link? Are people liking and sharing? Things like that. Those are like my really big numbers when I decide whether or not is a Facebook ad campaign working or not. Okay. So let me show you an example of one of these ads here. So one of the new ones, look at this. And again, because I was just showing you the ad set, these are the actual ads. I can see that the single image ad is doing way better than my video ad. So I might actually want to turn this. I'm not going to do it yet. It's still too soon. It's like 2.5 days in. But this single image ad is doing much better. So I may end up turning this off. So let me show you what this ad looks like. And I'm going to pause the video really quick. I just want to make sure that nothing is on there for my client's privacy. So give me 1 second. Okay, so here's the ad. I'll probably have to pause it again once I show you the actual lead form, and then we're going to go into how to actually create a campaign like this. So here's the ad. All right, pretty standard, but here's another thing that I want to hit home with you guys and really stress. You have to put some effort into your ad creatives. Like whether it's going to be a single image ad, carousel ad, video ad. Those are the 3 that I use primarily. You want to mix those up. But and I use Canva for all of my ad creatives, guys. And this is a template. Like you might look at this and say, oh my gosh, I can never create anything like that. This is literally a template that I found inside of Canva. Go to canva.com. And all I did was change the text. That's literally all I did. Everything else here stayed exactly the same. But here's a couple of key points that I want to break down. Number one, try to stick to only 2, maybe 3 colors and make sure that they complement each other within the ad. I've seen some ad creatives where there's just way too many colors. It looks like there's a rainbow going on your ad creatives. You don't want that, guys. It's too much. I try to stick to 2 colors on my ad images. And also I like to put a button and let them know what are they going to get from this ad. So they're going to get a free real estate funding plan. And there's a button right here. What looks like a button. So if they click this, my lead form pops up. So let me show you that. Again, I'm going to pause this just for client privacy. Give me 1 second. All right. So here's my lead form. So when they click that, the lead form pops up. That's why I really like lead forms, guys, because they're very, very easy to set up. You don't need to worry about your landing page load time. You know what the design needs to look like. It just takes a lot of those issues out of the equation, right? That's why I really like them. So it's a great way to get started with your lead generation. Great way to build an email list. That's what I tell people. Like, if you're going to do like long forms like this, again, I'm not saying that it doesn't work, but these are very easy for people to fill out. So you might not get the highest quality because what happens is their information pre-populates down here, which is great. It's a lot less resistance, but you're sacrificing lead quality. That's why I only go for first name and email, and then I let the funnel do the work of pre-qualifying leads, creating higher intent leads, things like that, which I'll show you here in a second. All right. But basically what we're doing here, the same image that I'm using in the ad, it pops up on the lead form, just creating that consistency, letting people know that they're in the right spot. And we just do a couple of bullet points here and some very specific instructions. We're going to send you a short questionnaire to complete so we can put together this funding plan, confirm your email address below, just giving very specific instructions. And then they click next. They're going to confirm the privacy policy. And let me show you what the basic, it's a completion stage or page, I'm sorry, where that's where our funnel really starts to kick in. So let me show you that. All right, guys. So I actually decided to just go into the ads manager and show you the completion stage because I didn't want to actually submit the form and have our numbers be off a little bit. One lead's not going to make that big of a difference, but still. Anyways, this is what right here, over here on the right-hand side, this is what the completion stage looks like. This is the equivalent of a confirmation page. If you were to put like whatever happens after someone submits your form within your funnel, you send them to a confirmation page. All right, again, I do this right here on every single lead form campaign that I do, always. All right. Success, important next step, dash, please read, exclamation point. And I put it all in caps because I want them to know that they're not done yet, that there's another step that they need to take. And that's what allows us to get people into our actual funnel to start pre-qualifying leads. They're filling out questionnaires, they're booking appointments, etc. Right? So we tell them they're going to receive an email with the short questionnaire. You can also click the button below to fill out the questionnaire. Now it takes only 60 seconds. You'll be able to choose a day and time for someone to contact you. So we're starting to set the expectation that at some point a conversation is going to be had, so that when you're reaching out to people, they know you're contacting them, right? They're not just filling out questionnaires and providing their phone number, and then they're, when they pick up, like, hey, who the heck are you? Of course, that's always going to happen. I'm not saying that this solves that problem completely, but you're going to get a lot more higher quality conversations with people if you set the expectation that they're going to be contacted. All right. And then right here, they can click the button to actually complete the questionnaire. Let me show you what that looks like. I need to see where it's at. I'm not going to go through, because again, just for privacy's sake, like the exact page, but I'm going to show you I guess it is the exact page. It's the same exact format. It's just customized to real estate funding. But let me show you an example here of the page that we send them people to from the Facebook lead form. All right, this is basically it. And also, guys, if you're in the lending space, definitely check out the links in the description. I've got some really good stuff. I just launched my first SaaS product called Elite Broker. It is just absolutely fantastic for generating leads for business loans, real estate funding, things like that. So make sure you check that out because I give you all of this inside of Elite Broker. But anyways, this is the page that we take them to afterwards. Very simple, nothing too complicated. The main thing here is the survey page, right? Where we're now going to ask a series of questions. They're all multiple choice. This could be, think about like, what are the basic common questions that you normally ask people when you first get them on the phone to start putting that plan in place on how you can help them. That's what you ask on the survey, multiple choice. And then we ask for first name, email, and phone number at this point. Because, and again, right here, we're setting the expectation that they're going to be contacted to discuss this custom plan that they're getting. All right. So they fill this out. And then from there, they're automatically sent to an appointment page. I'm not going to show that for the sake of time. It's a basic appointment calendar page. But that's our funnel, guys. And then, of course, on the back end, we have really good follow-up in place where we're sending educational content-based emails and text messages, following up with people, things like that, right? So let me show you really quick how to actually create this campaign for those of you who are not familiar with Facebook ads. Let's go ahead and set one up here really quick. They're actually really easy. That's why I love Facebook lead forms. So let's do, we're just going to click on create here. And you always want to choose lead generation. That's what gives you the ability to use the Facebook lead forms. All right, we'll hit continue. Next, you're going to set your ad budget. You're going to create your audience and select your category. So we're actually in the credit special ads category since we're talking about some type of financing. So unfortunately, that does limit your targeting options, but it just is what it is. So hopefully the industry you're in, you don't have to choose a special ads category. All right. So we're still on the campaign level here. Now we're going to go down to the ad set. All right. And right here, let's see. Yeah, you can set your budget. You can't change the age if you do special ads category, but right here, so detailed targeting, you're going to click edit. This is where you can put in your audience targeting. All right. Now, here's another key, guys. I really like using multiple layers for my targeting. So I'll just give an example here. Let's say you want to go after people. I guess I'll just stick with real estate since that's what we're on. So we'll type in real estate. So let's say we're going after real estate investors. All right. So we're going to type in real estate on the first one, but then there's a little button right here. Maybe not. There we go. Narrow audience. So this basically, this is giving us multiple layers, and I'll explain this here in a second. So let's type in real estate again, and we'll choose a different type. So real estate investing. So here's what's happening is we're getting very specific. We're giving Facebook a very specific type of person to put our ads in front of. So we're not relying completely on just the algorithm, because that can take a while if you have a massive broad audience and your pixels not dialed in and things like that. So we use multiple layers to tell Facebook like, hey, this is exactly who we want to get in front of. So for our ads in this particular case, our audience has to have an interest in real estate and real estate investing. And you can see here, it brings our audience size down quite a bit. I think it was at like 30 million before, but play around with the different layers and different targeting options, because targeting is a very, very big part of whether or not your Facebook ads are going to be successful. So play around with the different layers, because that can make a big difference. All right, automatic replacements. Automatic placements, I always do. I never do manual placements unless you have a very, very specific platform you're trying to, like an Instagram ad. You're just trying to grow your Instagram page or something like that. It's really the only time I do it. Otherwise, I let Facebook do its thing with the placements. All right. And then from there, let's see, we're going to actually create our ad. All right. So down here is where your primary text is, your headline, things like that. I'm not going to go dive into that. There's lots of different videos on creating headlines and ad copy and stuff like that. Plus, you can check out the courses that I have. But what I want to show you is how to create the form. All right. So we're going to create form right here. Okay. Continue. All right. And then from here, you can name it. So I always name it like who I'm going after or what my offer is. Real estate funding plan, for example, 1, because you may have to do this a couple of times. You may have to duplicate it, because once you submit the form, you can't edit it. You have to duplicate it and then make the changes on the new one. All right. And then always go to settings, click open, because if anybody shares your ad, you want other people to be able to submit it. That's what this allows you to do. All right. Content, I always leave it on more volume. Intro, I actually delete the intro sometimes. It just depends. In this particular case, I didn't, and it seems to be working just fine. But sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. If you're doing a single image ad, I always use the image from your ad, again, just to create consistency. All right, headline. This is always going to be very similar to your headline in your ad copy. At least that's what I do. So, I'll put request your free custom real estate, whatever, it doesn't matter. Real estate funding plan. I just want to show you guys how to do this. All right. And then you put a couple of bullet points here. I don't usually use paragraph. It's much more visually appealing to go down a list, like a checklist of things. So that's why I like to put at least 3 bullet points right here. All right. And then the questions, again, I just do first name and email, guys. So I'll delete full name. Because if you ask for too much, you're not going to get a lot of leads. And the idea of this is to build the list and then let the funnel do all the work for you. All right, so I do first name and email. That's pretty much it. You put your privacy policy right here. Completion stage is very, very important. Like I said, I always put success, important next step, please read for my headline, so that it gets them to they're not done yet, right? It stops them in their tracks. All right, they read a little bit more. Right here, I let them know that they're going to get an email with whatever it is that I'm offering them, but they can also click the button below to fill out the questionnaire now, to schedule their appointment right now, to join the Facebook group. This is a fantastic way to build your Facebook group, guys, which is an awesome, awesome marketing asset that you should have in your business. But either way, you can, whatever the next stage of your funnel is, this is what you want to tell them to do. All right. And then the call to action text would be like in our case, it was complete the RE funding questionnaire now or something like that. And then you just put your link right here and then hit publish. And at that point, you're pretty much good to go, guys. You have a Facebook lead form campaign ready to generate leads for you. You don't have to do anything else. Obviously, make sure you connect your funnel and things like that. That's beyond the scope of this video. But yeah, that's how you set up a Facebook lead form, lead generation campaign, whatever you want to call it. They work extremely well for building your list, and they're great for service-based businesses and things like that. As long as you have a really good funnel on the back end, that's going to pre-qualify, book appointments for you, et cetera. All right. So what do you guys think? Leave your feedback down below in the comments. Let me know if you have any questions, any requests for specific videos. Love any constructive criticism, whatever you want to do. I don't care. Make sure you join the Facebook group. There's a link in the description. Subscribe, do all that stuff. And I hope you guys are crushing it. And I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace.